your grounds bag. Today we're going to go through the TrapBar Deadlift. We're going to go through some pointers and some tips and tricks to help you guys maximize your lift and get those numbers right up there. Okay team, so the first thing I want to go through is your feet position, and then we'll gradually work out the body. So your feet, you want to create an arch with your foot. To be able to do this, I want you to hook your big toe into the ground. This is going to push your arch up. What this allows you to do is create more of an outward knee position when you go up. If you don't have that arch, you have more of a tendency for your knees to cave in, but if you hold the ground, really claw at the ground with your big toes, it's going to create that arch and stabilize the knees, and that way you can utilize your glutes a little bit more when you lift. So as you can see, I'm not wearing shoes for the deadlift. The common reason for this is you get a lot of feedback from your feet. You have over 20,000 nerves in your feet, so you get a bit more of a feeling through your feet, and that way you can adjust yourself a little bit better. You can also spread your toes a little bit more, and it's a bit easier to create that arch in your foot. Okay, this is going to allow you to be in a much stronger position, and you don't want to be wriggling around. Your feet want to be tight, holding the ground. They don't want to be moving at all. It's much easier to do that in bare feet. Alright, so we've gone through the feet position. Now I want to talk about your knees. Okay, so when you come down into the TrapBar Deadlift, you're going to be a little bit higher than the conventional, which is fine, so you don't need as much of a knee bend. But what I want to talk about here is once you create that arch in your foot, you want to push your knees out into your elbows. What this is going to allow you to do is hold that really strong position through your quads and through your glutes. Okay, your glutes are really important in this movement, so you need to maximize that activation as much as you can by holding your knees out. Okay, so now we have gone through the knees and feet position. Now we can walk up to our bar and grab it, and we're going to get our shoulders set by activating our lats as much as we can. These are the big muscles down the side that pull your arm down in that position. So when you set up, grabbing the bar, see your feet in that strong position, hooking the ground, knees pushing out against your elbows. Then what you want to do is I want you to try to imagine that you're twisting your elbows in like that. That will activate your lats, hips down slightly, and then from that position I want you to focus on pushing the ground away from you rather than pulling up. Okay, this is going to utilize your legs as much as you can, and then pull from there. Once we're in that halfway position, we're going to start bringing your hips through, squeeze the glutes to the top, and then opposite on the way down. So we want to go over lat activation quickly. So a cue that I use quite a lot is I want you to imagine that there's $100 bill in your armpit, and that's your money. Okay, I want you to grab the bar and then close your armpit. Imagine that $100 is there and we're trying to take it from you, so you want to squeeze as hard as you can. That is going to activate your lats. Once you're in that really strong position, that's when you're going to start taking the tension off the bar and then rip from the ground. Alright team, so the next thing I want to go through is building a lot of tension throughout your body when you grab the bar. So you want to go down, grab the bar, knees out, be in that really strong position, and then you want to set your lats by turning your elbows in, and then there's this little trick that I want you guys to focus on, that when you lift the bar, you're pulling against the weights. That's going to take the slack off the weights, and then you want to pull from that position. You don't want to go too fast. Once the bar is there, and then you want to pull off the ground, and then you can accelerate, okay? And then down slowly. So one thing that I've noticed when you guys are doing the TrapBar Deadlift is that a lot of you guys go into more of the squat position rather than using a hip hinge like we would for a conventional deadlift. So when you come here, you want to push your hips to the back of the room. You're slightly coming down with your hips, but you're not coming all the way into that full squat position, okay? So you want to use a little bit of quad for sure, but you don't want to go all the way down and make this exercise quad dominant. This exercise is all about working your posterior chain, your glutes, your erectors, and your hamstrings, okay? Alright to sum up, I want to go through the things we went through today. So firstly, starting from the feet, so shoes off, it's going to allow you to spread your toes and create more of an arch with your foot. So remember, hooking onto the ground, creating that arch in your foot. Next thing is knee position. You want to push your knees out. The arch in your foot will allow you to do that. That's going to engage your glutes as much as you can. Okay. Next big point is what I said about holding that $100 bill under your armpits and squeezing it there. That's going to activate your lats as much as you can, keeping that real stiff, strong back for when you lift. The next thing is building that tension in your body before you lift, taking that tension from the bar, slowly pulling from there. Once you have it that 1 centimeter off the ground, that's when you want to accelerate up. Alright team, that's the TrapBar Deadlift. I hope these pointers help you out when I see you in the gym next, and if you want to run through anything that you don't quite understand, please feel free to ask me. Just
like that.
We're just going to go through some pointers and some common points to help you.
Sorry.
Yeah.